All right, guys, today I'm going to show you something that flat out changes how your solar array performs, especially if you're fighting shade or mismatched panels. Before I installed these Tigo TS4-A-O optimizers, my production was falling off a cliff every afternoon. After installing them, we recovered over 1,500 watts that used to be completely lost. If you've ever wondered whether optimizers are worth the money, this video is your proof. All right, so we've received the Tigo TS4-A-O optimizers here. This is what they look like, and we're gonna go out now and install them. All right, guys, so we're here at our Chico ground mount system, and we've got 6 and 6 of the Adani 330 panels here. 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom, wired in 2 strings. All right, guys, so this is our negative that's returning from our string 1 back to the 12,000 XP. Our positives on the far end. We're going to take and disconnect each of these, and this is going to become the middle of them. You notice the clips here, they'll just go right in here, and you push them in to the panel, and there they are. Really important, there's the short cables here and the longer cables. The short cables are going to connect to our panel, and that needs to happen first. They said it's very important the short cables from our TS4-A-O connect to the panel first. Connecting in there. We'll connect our positive now. So now our first TS4-A-O is connected to the panel. The longer jumpers are going to be what connects each of the TS4s together, and ultimately what goes back to the 12,000 XP. The yellow tag here says connect short cables before long cables. So that we've done. This will connect here. Ooh, that was a little bit of a charge. Be careful with those. And then we'll move to our next one. So let's grab another optimizer. Also, take note while you're doing this that each of them have a QR code on here, like this. That's what's going to identify them to our Cloud Connect in just a little bit when we install that. There we go. So basically, guys, the long wires are optimizer to optimizer, and then at the end of the string, it'll be what goes to the inverter on your positive and negative. Now that the optimizers are clipped on and wired in, short leads to panel, long leads stringing panel to panel, we're going to tie in the Cloud Connect and gateway. Remember, the QR codes matter later, guys, so don't skip tagging them in the app. Our 24-volt inverter, on the top, you're going to look for your V plus and V minus. Here's your screws. Just go ahead and seat these in there, screw them down snugly. Your 120 volt L and N will go into the bottom, neutral will be on the left, and your line will be on the right. As we come over to the Cloud Connect, the red jumper from the 24 volt is going to be on the right side. On the bottom of this, it has a plus and a minus. Make sure you have these in the correct order. Then we move into our gateway, and our battery negative goes on the first port here on the gateway. Our battery positive, which will be orange, will go on the second port. Nice and snug. Our data B is going to be brown. So now we're going to be bringing our brown over to the next slot. That's data B. And our data A will be the first slot. All right, there we go. So now all we've really got left to do is to put our L and N on this one. We'll go ahead and mount it on our little rack. So you can see here the little bracket on the back. Just put the top part on the top. The bottom should snap down. Don't force it. If it doesn't, take a screwdriver, pull back on this little tab, and then there you go. It's on there real nice and snug now. Snug. That the other end of your Cat 5 wire is connected as displayed here. So use the Tigo Smart App. It gives you great insight to what's going on with your system as well. But during the daytime, you'll see a little bar moving through here showing you that energy is happening. As of today, it was a pretty cloudy day today. We begin to see more movement, 8 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock, where it really peaked at noon here. And what's cool, if you notice the olive green versus the deeper green, that is your solar, what's been reclaimed. You're actually gaining. So let's do a little before and after comparison here. But the difference will be the Tigo optimizers not being installed and then them being installed. And this is the 15th. This is the day before we installed the optimizers and we actually replaced the 12,000 XP after a failure. We'll have a video coming up on that, which is amazing. Signature Solar really shined again in the midst of our downtime. It responded very rapidly. But back to this, the input and output power. See here on 1115, we can see without the optimizers, we were getting about 2995 watts. Now, this includes a string that's on the roof as well that does not have optimizers. So as you can see, the line just falls straight off here. We shut the system off and did a little maintenance. But right here at about 3 o'clock, that sun was over the trees on the west side of our property. Look at this. Literally 754 watts, 1100 watts. Everything after that was just pretty much lost until about 4:30. We saw a massive drop somewhere around 2:30 to 3 o'clock. All right, guys, here's a nice sunny day that we had on 11/26. Solar comes alive. It's about 9 o'clock here. We are producing 538 watts. 10 o'clock, we're coming up some to about 1,500 watts. And about 10:30, we are now producing, or 10:20, there it is, 10:20, producing 2562 watts. Now, this is pretty amazing. 3464 watts at about 1126. Look at the consistency, though, in this. The consistency is amazing. And where we used to lose everything, where it just falls straight down to nothing, at 2:30, we're at 2100 watts, where before we had gotten down to about 500 to 700 watts. So, guys, are optimizers worth it? Absolutely. In fact, I want to go ahead and bring some in for the rest of our system, for our 12K hybrid, and I also want to bring some in for the panels we're using for the 6000 XP. This has done such an amazing thing here on the panels on the 12,000 XP, but we'll see how that pans out. We can only do so many optimizers at a time. Hopefully we can do that from the 12K hybrid AC and how it affects that, from the 6000 XP and the shed to house conversion. Hopefully we can show you guys the bigger picture of everything and how it's affected. So after seeing the results, recovering 1,000 to 1,500 watts, we were losing every afternoon, it's pretty obvious. Optimizers are absolutely worth it. I'm bringing more in for our hybrid 12K and our 6000 XP system too. If you want to pick up these Tigo TS4-A-O optimizers, the Cloud Connect, or anything else that we used, you can get them at signaturesolar.com. Use the link that is pinned in the comment and description below. The link knocks $50 off your next order, and it helps support the channel so we can keep bringing amazing projects and teachings forward to you just like this. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Remember, keep shining, stay charged, and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.